Oh dear. Up and about already. Late. Kept waking up during the night. Oh dear. Had no vape, no tobacco yesterday. The vape was broken. Fucking thing. So I've just been up the shop to get some tobacco and some dog food. I'll feed the dogs in a minute. Once I've had my ciggy. Oh yeah. I feel like I ain't been asleep last night. I'll go and get Tyler in a minute. Well, not in a minute. When I'm ready. When I've had a coffee and woke up a bit. Had my shower. Or a wash. Whatever. I think he's over till Thursday. So he can come shopping with me today, can't he? Fill the freezers up. And tomorrow we got Iceland turning up with the food. So that'll do. Do it that way. Yeah. Been seeing some right odd stuff on YouTube. I watched one channel trying to set up Sammy the Bull, trying to get him arrested. They're latching on to the English side of it. Like I said, there's genuine this side of the pond, and there's ones that are playing people. Well, I can see it, sort of tentacles all intertwined with the American shit, what's going on the other side of the ponds, beef and all. So I'll stick to what I've been watching all along. I keep catching something to pop up in my YouTube feed or something, or and it's like, right, I'll have a quick listen to that then. Yeah, dear. Right. So let me tell you what they said. Right, because they're trying to affect the person's website as well, hinting at identity theft and all that sort of shit. Right, so obviously they're trying to say don't give your details to Mr. Grano. Right, criticising the Salvatore series, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought it was good. Mind you, I'm a bit of a Dexter fan, so that sort of stuff I don't mind. I thought it was very well made. Good storyline, lots of twists to it. It's only a small time production, isn't it, at the moment, so with different capabilities and ways of filming things, storylines there. If it was put to, like a series producer or something, yeah, it'd be made completely differently, so no point running that down, is there? The guy's just coming across as Sammy's replacement, and jealous at that. That's how it's coming across. It really is, just like he's saying. So, if someone's trying to leave his legacy behind for his kids, yeah, I'm on board with that. You know? I can tell by looking at someone, you know, that he's getting to the end of his life. He's in the last stage of it. I'm not saying he's dying or anything like that, don't get me wrong. Please don't misunderstand that. But he's in the final stage of his life, isn't he? His last remaining years or whatever. Yeah. I'm in the stage before that, and so you see how I'm saying. So yeah, I get why he's making what he's making. He's getting it all out of his system. Bloody bloody blah. I'm not psychoanalyzing the guy, am I? I'm just stating facts. You know, he knows his own age. I see him getting prompted sometimes when he's, you know, forgetting to mention things and stuff like that. It's old age, you know. So when I see something like, oh, he said this, and it was a hot mic, it's like, okay, so something might have popped into his head and he might have said it, he might not have remembered it until then, you know. Well, it's all silly, yeah, it's all silliness while his star's ascending, isn't it? That's the way it's looking to me. And, you know, they seem to jump on everything and anything. And I've even started noticing it coming out in the English side of things. I've also seen videos where people have come from the UK side of things and they've been having problems from that. So, who knows, eh? Like I said, you got genuine people and you got snakes, basically. You got one person that just says blatantly outright from from what I know from when I used to watch him way back. And I thought, oh, this is an interesting channel. And then someone pointed out to me, you know, that person there's corrupt, that person there's corrupt, that person there's corrupt. And it's like, okay, let's keep that in mind then for later. I'm sure something will come up later linking that to that. And yeah, sure enough it has. So, as someone I talk to every now and then, or I might pop up in the chat, which he does read all the comments, I would say, watch your back. Something ain't right there, but you know, you might be walking into some sort of a setup there. You know, trust your senses. You're a survivor, aren't you? You know what I mean? I've heard him say they was interviewing cops and interviewing this and interviewing all that. This is ahead of its release and that. It's like, okay, so. And he said, like, I don't really know what the fuck it's all about, blah, 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 blah. So, there's going to be stuff said afterwards, isn't it? So, yeah, I'll drop the person's name in the live stream for the after it all comes out. Yeah, you might be wise to use that route. If I think what's going to happen is going to happen. I did say it was going to get messy. But wait, you know, just my instincts looking at it. this beef ain't going to end well. They're trying to get people nicked. They're trying, you know, next it'll be bang bang. You know, bang bang, not fucking any UK names. So, you know, but he knew that life, so he knows what to expect. But if you want to get your proper story out, I'll drop the name. Me, I'm doing family stuff, just enjoying what I'm watching, trying to stay out of all the bullshit, you know what I mean? Well, the dogs aren't in a rush to be fed this morning, are they? Like I said, Marnie was moving about quite a bit in the night as well. And I was sort of, every time I woke up, I thought, shall I go out the garage on the bike and get some backy or what? I could be like this all fucking night. In a minute, I'll be pacing around the fucking house or something. And I did. I got up, looked at the clock in the hallway. I thought, right, shall I go up there now? Because it'll only wind me up there if it ain't in there. You know. So, no, go back to sleep, wait till the morning. Forced myself back to sleep, woke up, couldn't find my wallet anywhere. Grandkids. Been fucking about with my telly. The kids been fucking about with my telly again. Leaving DVDs and shit in now. What the fuck? Ugh. There's the fucking controller. Oh shit coming on here randomly while I'm talking, ruining my train of thought. Sure the back controller probably run out of energy or something. There we go. I ain't gonna fucking just do random shit. Unrest due, deep 7.1. So, bad night's sleep, large scale earthquake activity. Who'd have guessed? Well, I already knew that anyway because it was on my phone. You know what I mean? What you got this morning then, dogs? What you got this morning? Hey, what you got this morning? Where's my coffee? Where's my coffee, you hooligans? My brain's just not with it this morning. Fucking tobacco rush. Let's get things right for the day. A folded baguette. Can of energy drink. Rubicon. bacon and a box of dog food. We got some beef today, dogs. Some beef. Hang on, Mr. Waggy Tail. Hang on, Mr. Happy Boy. Ruff. Ruff. Where's my dinner? Move, move, move. Sure you all got the same. I'll get a sack of dog food when I get back. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! What we got? You want to go in there, Hulkster? Do you? Come here, Hulkster. Come here. Go in there. In. That's it, right there. You want your bowl in peace, don't you? Because as soon as they've had yours, get off the bed. Get off the bed. Let's put Willow's down. Right, Marnie. Willow, come here. Up here. Come. That's it. Follow your nose so I can see where you are. There you go, little lady. That's the Hulky Hulkster. Get down. There you go. There, you eat yours there so she don't nudge you out your bowl later. Right, where's my coffee? Oh, Marnie, you get that out before she eats it for you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that's next to be cleaned up. Before anyone latches onto that, yeah, that's dirty. Done most of it, haven't I? For a bloke. That's the last thing that I remembered. My sweeteners. Hey, Marnie, go and eat yours, you greedy bastard. I just noticed that. And it was me worrying about her nicking yours, eh? You being a greedy boy, was ya? Did she let you get in her dinner bowl or not? Did she? Doesn't look like it. And Marnie's Hulkster's that all of his. Right, you can go back out in the hallway, please. Come on, while I drink my coffee. Hulkster, out. Out, out, out. Out. No, Marnie. Fucking back off. Back off. Move. That's it. There. I need coffee before the dogs get on the bed. Cold coffee just won't have in it. I made some coffee up yesterday and didn't drink it all, so I thought, oh, I'll chuck it in a bottle, put it in the fridge and drink it like iced tea, but it just weren't working. Just manky. Ah dear. And there was a fly in here last night. I thought there fucking was. Bloody thing. Oh, look. It's getting everywhere now, that interview. Let's see if I've got any... Oh, ones? No, that's a year ago. Solar Storm, is that? Large 7.1 in... Is that Java? No. That's right down by Australia somewhere, isn't it? Oh, let's have a look. It's only a 2-minute one. Saves going through the whole thing, doesn't it? Try and focus while I'm having my coffee in it. Something nice and easy on the brain. If it's a deep 7.1, there's going to be a bigger one. On the end of the draining or grounding energy pathway it is. And yes, that pathway does go all the way from Europe, through the UK, through Iceland, along the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, back down through Kamchatka to the end of the path where it's just hit.
Hello, everyone. It is 7:47 p.m. Central U.S. Time on August 28, 2020.
Oh, he's done it with an automated
Hope you are
voice.
doing well. We are here on the Earthquake 3D live stream, in case you don't know where you're at. We are using Earthquake 3D the program. I do not get anything for recommending it, but I recommend that you use something like it to get a good idea of the current earthquakes, where they have struck, using multiple feeds since the USGS does not report sufficiently. I do have breaking news for you. A large deep magnitude 7.1 earthquake has struck below Indonesia, Java, Indonesia to be exact. The deep event happened at about 500 kilometers below the plate boundary. This new location
Very deep.
struck is directly next to the area which I warned 7 to 8 days ago in the earthquake forecast. Indonesia was warned to be on watch for a new 7.0 range earthquake to take place within 7 days.
Java's just to the left of Indonesia.
And the expected magnitude 7 hit. Additionally, on the opposite side of the planet, a rare magnitude 4.0 struck along the Great Lakes in the United States, at the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
This location in Ohio has two significant features at the epicenter. 2 gas drill points, and a nuclear power plant. I have tried making multiple videos on these events today, and each time my internet is being literally shut down.
I'm looking at the other one raised slightly off the globe. in South America.
I wear a few different hats as a CFO. Sometimes it's referred to as chief fixing officer. I'm often there first, and I think that's the bit that I really enjoy and love.
Could be from a CME hitting off if it's showing that signal. So if something hit South America and it's gone through the planet and out the other side, if you see what I mean. Depends what was Earth facing, wasn't it, when the CME hit. If it was South America, that would explain it, wouldn't it? Because it's travelling through the planet. Unaffected by the spin of the Earth. If you see what I mean. It's just travelling through the planet. Alright, we've got traveller sites now. What the fuck? I feel alright with the travellers, but the older ones who've like got a few things in the sheds, have things go missing and that, so they get the hump. But this is Billericay in Essex. Ooh.
Despite court orders establishing the majority of the travellers are there illegally, they still remain. Accusations of intimidation, antisocial behaviour and prejudice are rife on both sides. Leading the fight for the travellers is Kathleen McCarthy.
Good old English name, isn't it? McCarthy? Irish. Oh, there's a surprise. They are right though. As soon as they go on the road, the police are arresting them as soon as they stop. So they go onto a site where they feel safe in numbers, and then the police come and attack him there with the bailiffs and that to move him off of there. What the fuck? It's a traveller site. It's where they wanted them to live, isn't it? This is the stuff what we get in the UK, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's the same in other parts of the world, but...
46-year-old Len has lived at Windy Ridge, a detached house, for over 15 years. Len claims that he's been forced to turn his home into a fortress, and that his value has plummeted. It's an insult to call them gypsies, and it's an insult to call them travellers. I'd call them immigrants breaking our laws, and they should be allowed to get away with it. I don't want to build my place like a prison camp. I'm in for £8, but I've got to because of them, to keep them out. Len's main issue with the travellers, the noise pollution and flooding. He's received several death threats.
What?
The licence for shop hunts and everything else, and I've told the police that.
Hang on, I've got a fly in here and it's annoying me. I want to zap it first before Marnie gets wind gets in here. I can see it hovering about.
Two intense signs labelled CP.
Come on, you little bastard, where are you? Before it really starts annoying me.
I don't trust what they say. The only way I can find the real situation is to get on the ground, meet people, actually get their view of what's happening. I'm going to do my very best. People don't realise that I'm not just a pretty face.
Sneaky little bastard, this one. Oh, there it is. Shut up! Scaring the fucking fly, you little bastard. Want it to settle down.
dentist. This is a man who knows their corporate and how to sort it. Negotiation is something you learn
And
when
shut the
everyone
fuck up.
negotiates. It's part of daily life. Particularly when I'm right in the middle of a battlefield.
Oh,
It's crucial
Telly
to get the
Hell being.
negotiation right because people would die. Listen, I'm back to French for a while.
Well, he's comparing this to a traveller site, see?
I want to challenge where it's a real problem. I want to make a difference. If I do that, if I really do that, I will be highly satisfied.
Looks like he's living in a trailer, doesn't it? What the fuck am I watching? It's an advert, for fuck's sake. Oh dear.
Policemen were on duty last night to crack down on the growing problem of warehouse parties.
Oh, Raves and warehouses now, is it?
To monitor the details of venues given out to pirate radio stations.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why they use the Investigatory Powers Act. Funnily enough.
Police say that the people behind the parties want to felony disused warehouses are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
Here we go. And that's a 8 months ago interview. Just popped up on my phone. Let's see what this one's about.
Now, while we were away, we had a new strain of COVID and it
Oh,
planned for a new
dear.
vaccine. And in fact, in just the last
Let's get that shit off of my telly.
we're away, we had a new strain of COVID and it planned for a new vaccine. And in fact, in just the last few hours, Corinne Jean-Pierre says we are going to be pushing a new vaccine starting in September. I didn't have time to get that soundbite, but great. So let's look at what we've got to deal with. Now, the
Tidy old
CDC
Natalie
says that
telling
this
me the
new variant
news in the
is more
morning.
likely to infect
Not
you
bad at
if
all.
you got the vaccine previously.
Wait, repeat that.
I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah, I said
This
tidy.
means if you've been vaccinated for COVID, you are more
Jealous
prone to be
husband.
infected by the new strain of COVID. This is effing crazy, you guys. It's the craziest thing. It is on the CDC's website, and I'm going to show it to you. So,
BBC website. No,
why would I do that? Why
no
would we take that
wonder
vaccine?
why I
I
don't
mean,
watch
we're gonna
fucking
get the
TV
next
shit.
one. More likely. So hold on to your hat. Now here's the president on vacation in Lake Tahoe.
You want to come in here, don't you, Willow?
He's asked Congress to fund a new vaccine with your taxpayer dollars.
Mr. President, can you say anything about the potential COVID cases and the new variant?
Yes, I can. Matter of fact, I signed off this morning on a proposal we have to present to the Congress a request for additional funding for a new vaccine that is necessary, that works.
Oh, it's just them new factories they've been.
Not decided
They
funding
built one in the UK and they built one in America, haven't they? Or Canada. I think the US is well Moderna, isn't it?
I apologize. I don't remember that being
So they
quite
got to
so
buy
audible.
the vaccines now because they're making the
Two
vaccines.
interviews by like an aircraft carrier or like a
Right,
like
but
a Harrier
he's
jet.
also so indefensible. So
I can paraphrase if you'd like.
Well, I'm in no rush to go and get my grandson today because I've got to have a shower.
From your federal government.
okay.
I'm not
So
bombing
as
about
an
on an empty
American-
stomach, rushing
So
about.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, as an American taxpayer, you may not want to pay for this thing given that the original vaccine did not do what they promised it would do
Yep.
and proved to be more
So
dangerous
why the
than
fuck
we
would
were
we
told.
want a different
But
one
recall
then?
that the last vaccines at least
Come on,
made
wake
some
up,
money
brain.
back, because the last vaccines use patents.
I feel like I've been
held
hit
by
with
the
a
National
sledgehammer
Institute
this
of Health,
morning.
or the NIH,
My
and
brain's
Pfizer and
just
Moderna both
stunned.
paid big bucks to license those patents from the U.S. government. government.
It's like a
We
hard
found that
withdrawal,
out. We
isn't it,
found
from
out
the
when
nicotine?
Winter
It's like,
fought
what the fuck?
not to
Stress
take
me
quite
out.
so
Didn't
much.
get
So whether
hardly
you
any
want a
sleep, you
vaccine,
bastard. Now
at least
top
it
it
may
up.
be a good ROI on your taxpayer investment.
You know what I
Because
mean?
it works, hurts people, right?
Right.
Given that we are being told that COVID cases are on the rise, at least we'll, make some money back. Now, there's no way that anything that comes out of Big Pharma is going to be fully approved. We know this. The last COVID vaccines were only ever given emergency use authorization. And even now, RSV and postpartum depression drugs are fast-tracked through FDA approval. So zero chance this will get full clinical trials and full approval. We've discussed those recently at length. If you
come
haven't seen
on.
those where we go over the RSV and the postpartum depression
So?
approvals, I recommend you refer back to them so you know the standards with which modern medicines are approved.
it's
So
only a
about that
football
new
update.
variant, here it is. It's called the BA.2.86.
Thought I was being rushed.
This is the recent CDC warning about it. Now,
Oh, what's up now?
so about that new variant, here it is. It's
What is
called
it?
BA.2.86. This is the recent CDC warning about it.
Oh,
Now,
right, I thought it was an EG5 one and all.
Right into that, right? BA.2.86 may be more capable of causing infection in people who have previously had COVID or who have received COVID-19 vaccines. What? People
Oh.
who have had the vaccine
Penny's
are
just
more
dropped with that one.
susceptible to BA.2.86. What the actual shit? I'm
I mean,
sorry.
that's kind of convenient because you got that's your demographic. Those are the people you want taking it anyway. So it's like, hey, you already took it, so,
Yeah,
Right.
take it again. This time we're really going to get it right.
Yeah, I'm sorry I said the S word. It's my birthday, so please don't send me an email about it. I'm just going to take a privilege. But that feels like a subterfuge, don't you think? Why would we trust them now? The original vaccine may make you more susceptible to new COVID. It, did more harm than they admitted, and you can still catch and spread it even if you take it. So what? I give up.
Why the fuck would you take it then?
Roland Dawson says, redacted, that was the plan. That was the plan all along.
Right.
Makes sense, right?
Just to weaken your body.
Warned that new variants would adapt
For when it hit
in
ya.
order to get
Why would you weaken your
this
body
vaccine.
for
We
when it
just
actually
can't
hits your
find
body?
people who warned about it. Now, this feels like I give up, only I can't give up because I have questions, and while we are still allowed to ask those questions,
They're fucking
we'll ask
crazy,
those
ain't they? I ain't
questions. But
taking
do
that
have
shit.
questions about what questions I can ask, given that we are on YouTube and an updated YouTube policy says that YouTube doesn't allow
Rather stick
content
to lemon
that,
tea,
here's
thank
what
you
they
very
say,
much.
contradicts
And
local
go fucking
health authorities
hyper
or
and
the
it
World
kills
Health
any
Organization.
virus
So
stone dead.
this is a little concerning.
Because you're
This is a
raising your
new
body above
mid-August
the
update
temperature,
to
what
YouTube's
it needs to
policies.
grow
We
and
think it's worth
survive
you
and
seeing
replicate
what we
and
can
spread.
talk about
So you're
so
killing
that
it
at
stone
least
dead
you
by getting
know what
hyper
the
and
playing field is here.
sweating
Now,
it
obviously,
out and
this is like marching orders for
upping
me
your heart
as a
rate
content
and,
provider, but also for
you know what I mean? You're actually
to
killing
know
the
what you're
virus
being
doing
allowed
that
to
and being
see,
active.
because the WHO did
It
not
cannot
give us
live
consistent
once your body
guidelines during
goes
the
over a
pandemic.
certain
We know
temperature.
this, right? But
If you heat your
also,
body up by getting
these
active
bodies
or
approve
hyper on
things
coffee, it does
based
exactly the
on
same thing. You're
what?
hacking your body.
And that's what we've been focused on here on Redacted, is when a new drug is approved, we look at the clinical trials, and they look to us like not stellar grades.
That's what
but
I
still
found,
they're being
and
approved.
I've
So can't
never
we
had
then
COVID,
go through
never
those
had a
clinical
vaccine.
trials and
Yeah, are
ask
we allowed to
why
say?
was that approved? Given, for instance,
I get
the
seasonal
FDA did authorize the
mucus
new
thingy
RSV
every
vaccine for
fucking
elderly
year
people, but 11
in the
people
autumn,
died in those trials.
and I use
so
my bud
are we supposed to ask
to
those
bind
questions,
it
or should we just
and
do what the
expel it
mainstream
from my
media
body
does and
quickly,
champion it and ignore
and it
those
worked
11
perfectly
people?
for me.
It's
I
for
don't
them,
need no fucking
right?
vaccines making me ill like they normally do. So I stopped all that shit, and I've never been ill since. Why the fuck would I trust them with this new shit?
And then use the others as a guideline, like, yeah, well, look at what they're saying, but these are the people that were correct throughout. Like,
Right, that had the vaccine protocol, had the different treatment protocols. Dr. Peter McCullough, Pierre Corey, etc.
who had
God, my hands are really fucking painful today.
that were working. And we're keeping people off of ventilators. Once
Yeah.
people got on ventilators, of course, that was the problem. Once they got on ventilators, it was a death sentence.
Yeah. I'm extremely concerned about this because, when we present, for instance, these RSV vaccines, we don't say to you, hey, take this or don't. We don't say that at all. We just say, look at this clinical trial. Do you
And then
think
if they've
that
damaged your
merits full approval?
circulation
We have
by
questions
collapsing a
about it.
vein, let's
These
say,
things show concerns.
and these new
Will we be
vaccines
allowed to
cause
do that, or are we just supposed to
myocarditis
say,
or whatever
full
that is,
approval,
that's a
good job,
circulation issue
right?
to
This
do with
seems
blood
to
flow and
me
that around the
to
heart,
not
isn't it?
be
But I
clear.
don't want to go anywhere near that
That's a very
subject,
frustrating thing because, like, we got suspended once for reading
because
Pfizer's
that's why
own
my
studies. We
father
weren't
had
reading the
heart
studies, we
attacks, so
were reading their
I'm
information.
pretty sure
So, like, if that's
that's
not okay,
what I
Right,
heard.
and they called it medical misinformation, and then we got
And if someone
our show
knew
Redacted
that was a
redacted
weakness,
blocked
she would have
from all
pounced on it,
things because they claimed medical misinformation. But we
just like
appealed
she
it and
did
said
with
we were reading
Sarah.
from Pfizer's own documents.
So
Didn't happen.
I'm feeling like we are being primed with a playing field that will not allow us once again to discuss what's actually happening, like happened during the first the first phase of the pandemic, I guess. Now that we're given this new phase BA.46. Now, the federal government is not supposed to be telling social media what to censor because of the federal case ruling that happened in
See
July.
the fly now,
So
it's
if we
getting
had a new
confident
vaccine
back
and
on
a
the
new
bed.
strain of COVID, maybe we'll be more free to discuss it this time around, even though YouTube has taken it upon themselves to decide to censor based on
Hi,
these new
Marnie.
parameters. But okay, we've seen how the government punished and silenced speech around the vaccine and lockdowns. What about masks? Well, a new study from this spring shows that surgical masks used, the single-use ones, the N95s, contained all manner of toxic chemicals. This study was
What
published
the
in April,
fuck?
but it was shared by the National Institute of Health and surprisingly, shockingly, received very little media coverage. This study looked at the amount of what they're calling VOCs, volatile organic compounds, in COVID masks. They found that those single masks had concentrations of toxins between 22 and 147 times higher than cloth masks.
Oh, great. So great
Only the
that is.
cloth masks were shown ineffective at blocking out COVID particles, and also it was shown that breathing back in your own oxygen has a toxic effect. We've talked about those studies.
Yeah, it's
and
hypoxia,
these
isn't it?
toxins can be linked to health issues such as headaches, nausea, organ damage.
You force kids to do
cancer.
that while they're taking their
What's worse is some
exams,
of
that's
these
fucking
single-use
torture, isn't it?
masks had these toxic concentrations when the weather was hot that they increased by a 119 to 299%.
Think about those poor kids in Italy. I remember the images we showed them here on the show. These are kids, and it was boiling hot. They don't have air conditioning. They don't believe in air conditioning, I think, in Italy at all. And they in schools, these poor kids are in like uniforms and they're wearing masks and they're sweating their asses off and they're being forced to like breathe in these awful toxins in these masks. And there's absolutely no evidence at all that anything would have happened to them whatsoever if they were exposed to COVID. It would have made them stronger, right?
Yeah.
And instead they're breathing this toxic stuff that's now superheated and oh my god.
Plus,
Our kids have to
Italian
wear it
cities
on
are
the
very,
playground
very
in
polluted by
September,
car
where it's
fumes.
hot here in Portugal.
Very, very
They
busy
had to wear it
streets there.
inside and out for prolonged times. They didn't use the single-use
I'd wear a
masks.
mask
They
just to
allowed the
fucking
cloth
stop
masks,
breathing
which
that
means
shit in.
not very much. But it also did
That's the
mean that
dangerous
they had
stuff.
to breathe in their own oxygen, which has toxic effect. And we can't say, oh, we didn't know any better. Because there were already studies, we've covered them at length, showing that masks can be toxic to children.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
had
they
them
say
before
smoking's
the
dangerous
pandemic,
and it
which
causes
shamed
cancer and
people
all
for
that.
bringing it up
But they don't tell
as
you about the cancers
anti-maskers.
that come
So
from
that,
car
like,
exhaust
we
fumes
didn't
when
know,
you're living in
it
a
doesn't
city.
cut it.
You know what I mean?
Because we actively suppressed that information that was already out there.
And then if you've got a
And
weakened
that mask-
immune system from taking vaccines, then you're going to have all sorts of fucking health issues. And they just keep adding up. And that's what they've been up to. They've been exposed doing
Well,
it.
I was just gonna say, what
Haven't
Natalie's talking
they?
about, that is the danger of not listening to, like, politicizing everything.
Yes,
That's the danger
yes.
of everything being
Yeah.
political, because then all reason goes out the window.
Yeah, You're not coming in here yet, Marnie, because I'm waiting for this fly to fucking settle down.
Yeah, just listen to the science, listen to the data. Hear that. Well, you can't do it. You can't even post it on Facebook because it'll be banned.
Right. And
Yeah.
it was equated with virtuosity.
All comes
Someone
under
who's
that
willing to
special
wear a mask,
measures, don't it?
and is
Which
willing
is
to ignore
done by
any
Five
kind of
Eyes
contradictory
Media
science around it.
Management Arm.
They also can't go back on it. They have to correct themselves, because then if people question, if they're like, oh, we were wrong on this one part, then people will ask, well, were you wrong on anything else? And they'll be like, oh, no, you can trust us. We just had that one thing wrong. So it's like that. So now they've like dug that hole, or like you were saying, like that virtuosity. They dug that hole. Now they have to be correct. So now they can't go back and change the data. They
Yes,
have
you
to keep it
can, though, if you just take a spoon of humility. There's a lot of
That is
stupid
science.
stuff that, like, I was wrong about because I was actively ignoring those things
Yeah,
because
but-
I was swallowing the BS.
But I mean, look at Fauci, right? He came out saying at the beginning, he's like, you don't need masks. They don't even really work. Like, they don't really do anything. Like, you don't need to wear masks. They don't need to do that. And then suddenly it was like, yeah, now we need to wear masks every day. Everywhere you go, make sure you're wearing a mask. Make sure you're
Yeah,
masking
because you
up
get
everywhere
paid
you
for
go.
the mask.
Right.
Like, okay. And he, years ago said the flu. Like, if you've already gotten the flu, you absolutely don't need to go and get a vaccine. He's like, that's the best defense you possibly have. He said it emphatically. So,
Yeah.
what are you saying 10 years ahead of time?
Right. I mean, you can be humble and say, I was wrong, and I listened to the shaming of people that were asking legitimate questions,
Yeah.
and I fell for that. I say it all the time. And so, yeah, you absolutely can go back on those things if you are humble enough to do that and say, I wish I hadn't done that, right? And yet mask mandates are starting to pop back up. Joe Ladapo, the Surgeon General of Florida, rang in on
Well, I
this
had
on
a
Twitter
mask
this weekend
mandate,
saying
didn't
that
I?
people should consider refusing
Asked me if
to
I wanted to
participate.
take my mask
Now,
off in the
we've
court.
already covered that today is my birthday. That makes
I
me
said,
a
no, I'll
Virgo,
keep it
and I
on.
am a rule follower. This makes me
I'm all
very
right, thanks.
uncomfortable. He's saying, how
You
about
threatened to put me in
refusing to
prison.
participate?
I'll wear this executioner's
I'm
mask.
I'm going to hyperventilate a little bit because I
Tried
don't
to warn
like,
them, but they
yeah,
wouldn't
I mean, it's
listen.
like, the thing that makes me uncomfortable is like, for instance,
And then off came her head. She lost
it's
her
not the
life,
person you're
didn't she?
talking to that made
Ha,
the
ha,
rule
ha.
that has to enforce it. And so when you push against someone who's just like, these
So
are the
God
rules,
didn't
you have to
save
wear a
the
mask
Queen,
in the
did he?
hospital. I can't let you in otherwise, right? And so you're pushing against that dude who's just
Gibbs
like,
slaps
you know,
Tommy Robinson
paycheck
for
employee.
saluting
It's not
this
right.
silly
I
bitch.
don't like this idea. But I'm going to tell you right now,
She
there's
went
no
mad and
situation
she
in
was
which I'm going
making
to
the
send
fucking
my
rest of the
asthmatic daughter
female
back to school
hive
in a
go
mask.
mad with her.
Ever again.
Absolutely not.
I will never. No, I will never.
Then we had all
never
this
again,
COVID
ever
shit,
again.
didn't
And
we?
I love the idea that he's saying.
While it was all
if
going
someone's
on,
calling
'cause they all
you
knew
to
what
push
was
on
going
mask, mask policies that have, as he says, proven ineffective.
Coven,
And restarting
ID,
lockdowns. What he's saying, restarting lockdowns
Co-video,
that are known to cause
whatever you
harm.
wanna call
We
it.
have monumental amounts of data now about the long-term effects of lockdowns, the depression, the setting children back, speech impediments, setting children back years in development. Absolutely devastating to humanity what they did to us. Never, ever, ever again. We should stand up to this. We should never, ever listen to these people and question everything.
And I would say, fortunately,
Fully
for
agree.
this round, the mainstream media haven't even started doing things on what
I
happened
just
with
simply
the
don't
kids wearing
listen.
masks
I've,
for an extended period of time. So
stopped
now we
watching
even have
any
the mainstream
state
establishment media
broadcasting
going
anything.
back to you and say, they just
They
said
can't
this,
even
like,
alert my
3 months
phone.
ago.
Yeah,
I blocked it.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Probably
that,
wipe it away though. They'll hide it like they usually do.
Oh yeah, they always do. But
Yeah.
yeah, in catching up with the news today, Clayton and I were discussing this seriously. Like, what if they do come
If you
back
don't
to the
want
school
one,
that our kids go
get
to?
a
What
2G
if, mask
phone.
mandates or vaccine
And then you won't get
requirements?
alerts
We'll
either.
move.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we'll move before we do that again to our kids. I want to bring this up because I think that it's important to rewind the tape a little, because in the absence of a government that will make medical policy based on human need, what choice do we have? In the 1960s, we had a academic and a physician named Thomas Saz, who was warning about what he calls pharmacracy. He talked about how the Nazis actually used medicalization as a form of social control, and look how that worked out. And he warned us about how this is not what the founding fathers had in mind. I
That's
recently
right.
read his book.
Why is it
Democracy,
targeting
and it really
and
is
killing
informing how I feel about
the already
increasing
ill and the
medicalization
weaker?
of everything. Literally
Nazi
everything. I have
ideology.
fear of this or this that needs a pill or anxiety about this or whatever.
Medicate you to
this
death.
now has bled into our civil liberties. Here's what he said. He said the founding fathers sought to protect the American people from the religious tyranny of the estate, regardless of the religion. They did not anticipate and could not have anticipated that one day medicine would become a religion, and that an alliance between medicine and the state would then threaten personal liberty and responsibility, exactly as they had threatened an alliance between church and state. They
Needlecraft,
wrote
innit?
separation of
Pills,
church and
potions,
state
and
into our constitution
spells.
because they realized that that is the only way that we can have freedom. But now that church has been replaced with an alliance between biopharmaceutical and state, we have lost our liberty. And he was right. And again, he was warning about this since the 1960s. He died before the pandemic, and he would have had so many I told you so's coming.
Eugenealogy.
I do recommend that you seek out the work of Thomas Sass because
What was
we are living in this post-apocalyptic nightmare where church.
one of the things that the
and
Duke
state
of Edinburgh
is
said
still one
that
of our
made me
values,
feel
but we
sick
have no separation between
when he said it.
biopharmaceutical and state, and we are screwed because of it.
He
It's
said it as a
dangerous, and
joke,
it's not making our lives
but he's a
better.
well-known eugenist.
So I'm just going to end on
right?
that. You let me
Believes
know
in
what you think,
superior
and that's what we
genealogy
have for
and
you
that.
on this first show back.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys think
He said when he dies, he'd like to come back as a virus
No longer like the current
that
like,
would
medical
cull
trend, because if the government was forcing that on everybody, I mean, but you gotta put that in
population
perspective. I
numbers.
mean, that's like whatever the current medical
Just
trend is,
remember
they can
that.
force that on you. Like I'm just glad that some of these things are not in prevalence anymore.
Because I'm
But
pretty
that's
sure
how
they're
long
splicing away
exorcism for,
to
like
make his
certain
final
ailments,
wish
bloodletting, like
a
things
reality.
like this that would
Because
send
there's some
people
sick,
Washington died. They
sick
killed George
people
Washington by
in charge
bloodletting.
of us.
Like this was like, yeah, well, you got this. We're gonna let some blood out. Just gonna drain some blood out. We have nothing else to cure you with. And then it was amputations. Oh, you got a
Right.
thing. You got a problem in your foot. They'll just amputate it. So the amputations, and then
Yeah.
and eugenics. What's next? So
What did
now
I
we're
just
letting
say?
people cut off all parts of their bodies.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the way we go.
now
They
you
threatened
can't
to
be
cut my
sad.
dad's
If
foot
you're
off.
sad, you gotta get on medication.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I talked to my
Yeah,
dad about
I mean,
it,
he has this whole part about how the Nazis used
and he died with both legs.
cancer research to sort of take away civil liberties because they were doing some good things and then like bad.
You know what
and
I
he
mean?
talks about how like there really is no mental illness. It's not a disease.
So
a
threatening
cellular
to
disease
chop
on
his
your
leg off.
brain. There is absolutely mental discomfort
While
that we
targeting him.
should socially support, but the biopharmaceutical industry does not have any business
Questions?
there.
I'm
And this is
asking,
creeping into every
you
bit
know.
of our lives and making us weaker and putting people on welfare state where they are easy to control
Yeah,
by the
drones.
government.
Obedience.
We've bought into this. We've bought into this when we agree that every little discomfort is an actual disease when it's not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want drones. They absolutely want drones, so they can have total control of them. And I say,
I
question
believe
everything.
that
Some people in the chat
if
agree
they
with me.
tell
The other day we
you
were talking
you
about
have
authoritarianism
a
and just
particular
authority.
thing, it's the
And
power of
there's a whole bunch of people
suggestion,
that you should always question
and if they do it in a
authority. Always question
believable
it.
way,
Not mine.
they can
Yes, you should.
actually talk you
And
into
especially,
believing you have
especially-
cancer, and then
especially
you
ours. But
manifest that you
always
have
question
cancer.
authority. You should understand. You should ask the question. Question it.
You know,
Why? Why is this?
they get in your head that
Why are you
much.
telling us to do this? Why?
Using the
Explain
power of
it.
suggestion
Make sure
and
it's
media and
explained, that it
everything
makes
else, where they're
sense, and it
bombarding
can-
you with
it
fear and
helps people.
negativity,
Then, okay,
while
then
they're
it's up to you
casting
to go
a
along with it.
word spell on you by
If
suggesting
it
that
helps
you,
lower entropy,
you know,
right? Why is this rule in place that we don't kill other people?
That's what I
Does
believe.
it help to lower entropy? Yes, it
That's
does.
why I haven't
Helps
had
us to make
COVID, isn't it?
a more peaceful and better place, right? Right?
Yeah.
You
I don't
agree
know
with
where
that?
you're going with this.
I'm just saying, there's certain rules that yes,
Creation of the world.
it
My
makes
dad
sense,
fell
right?
for it,
Well,
and it killed
forcing
him.
us into lockdowns and mask mandates.
what I
Why?
believe.
Why are you doing this? Why are you forcing people to be out on a playground, or they can't order certain types of food at a bar during the lockdown, but you can go to this establishment or get your dog washed at this building, but you can't get your dog washed over here at a